Good morning. How are you guys doing? Welcome to IMX virtual platform here on Facebook Live today. My name is April and I'm going to be taking you through a bar routine today. And even though we don't have a bar, you can use your wall, which you can see I have my wall in the background, and I have a chair over here to the side of me. So either one or both would work for the class today. And let's go ahead and, before we get started, also, if you have any lighter weights, threes, twos, threes, whatever you have would work for this class. And so, one second here. Oh, okay, good. If you have a ball, you can use that, or a band, or if you have one of the magic circles, Pilates circles, we can use that as well throughout the class. But if you don't have any equipment, you can do a lot of the workout just without that equipment. So anyways, we're gonna get started here. And so I'm gonna go ahead and stand up. I'm gonna start some music and we'll get going. All right, okay. All right, if you all are ready, we're gonna go ahead and stand up nice and tall. We're gonna bring our heels together, our toes apart. Okay, that's the first position. Take your hands, place them on your hips, draw your shoulders back and down, lengthen up through your spine, and draw your shoulders back. Good, we're gonna start to lift our heels. Lift and lift, good. So in bar, we call this a releve, but you can just think about lifting up onto the balls of your feet. This is something that helps to warm up your feet, your ankles, and your toe joints. Good. Lift. Lift. Keep lifting. All right, now bring your arms out in front of you. This is a first position with the arms in bar. You want to try to relax your shoulders away from your neck. Good, and keep drawing nice and long through your spine. All right, let's take your arms overhead, overhead. Keep lifting the heels. Now, when you lift your arms over your head, try not to crunch through your shoulders. You want to still keep that nice lengthened neck. Let your head just float on top. Lift. Good, we're going to do 4 more, and then we're going to take a balance challenge at the top. Hold it, breathe. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release your hands. Good. Take your feet into a parallel position. Bring your hands to your shoulders, lift your elbows. Good, we're gonna start to lift our knees up to our hips. Lift, lift. Now here, I want you to point your toes. Point, lift. That'll help lengthen through your shin, stretching out the top of your foot. I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see a little bit how I look from the side here. You wanna try to keep a nice tall spine. You don't wanna round your spine. You wanna think about your posture the entire time. All right, now we're gonna add a twist. So when you're twisting, you're not bringing your elbow down to your knee. You're just twisting with a long spine. Twist, twist. Good. Let's do 4 more, and then we're gonna bring our arms overhead. Good, bring your arms over your head, keep lifting. Lift, lift. Now add a pull down to the side. Pull. I want you to think about engaging your lats. Pull, pull, those big muscles on the side of your body. Pull. Good, and also, when you're doing this, think about contracting your low ab muscles. Lift, contract. That's it. Let's add an upper body rotation. You want to still keep that leg that's lifting in front of your hip, so you're not crossing over. You're just twisting through your torso. Twist, twist. All right. We're going to bring the arms back to the center and pull down for 8 more. Right here. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Strong arms. and 8. Good job. We're gonna come down to the mat to start out with, okay? So let's go ahead and turn over so that you're gonna come into a push-up position. All right, we're still getting warmed up here though. We're gonna do a nice aggressive warm up. So go ahead and extend your legs behind you. I'm gonna turn a little bit on an angle so you can see me. So straighten your legs out. Zip them together. Squeeze your inner thighs. Keep squeezing your inner thighs together. You want soft bends in your elbows. Squeeze, squeeze. Now when you squeeze your inner thighs together, you're drawing up through your pelvic floor as well. Keep a neutral spine. Good, and keep your hips and your shoulders in line. You don't want high hips here. Just squeeze. Keep drawing your abs up and in. Squeeze. Good, you should be getting pretty warm by now. 8 more squeezes with your thighs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Walk your feet out to parallel position. Keep engaging through your abs. Good, try not to crunch up through your shoulders. Keep your neck nice and long. Good, we're gonna draw our right knee to our left elbow. And then extend it back. Draw it in, extend it back. Draw it in, extend it back. Draw it in, now hold it back and breathe. 8 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put it down. Lift your other leg, pull it into your other elbow. Keep the neutral spine. Pull it in. Pull it in. Pull it in. Pull it in. Keep going. Now hold it back and breathe. Hold, breathe. And put it down. Good job. Come down to your knees. Take a child's pose stretch. Reach your arms forward. Quick stretch here. Come right back up. We're gonna go into some tricep push-ups. Everybody's favorite, right? Walk your hands under your shoulders, fingertips facing forward. Your knees, you're gonna walk them back a little bit. Point your toes up to the ceiling. Now you're gonna switch your legs. Switch, switch. So it's like you're just kicking your own self in your own butt. We all need that, right? Switch. Now, you're gonna keep switching your legs and go down and up. Go down and up. So hopefully, this is for making you forget about your push-ups. Good. Now hold both shins down on the floor. Engage your abdominals. We're gonna go straight for push-ups. 10 of them, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale on the way up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go. 10, hold. Good, quick stretch. Just because I'm nice. Come up, draw your heels back into your seat, point your toes up to the ceiling. All right, we're gonna diamond our hands now. Still doing push-ups. We're gonna get them out of the way. All right, ready, go. Bend. Bend, your hands are in a diamond, your elbows are shooting straight out to the side. I hope you guys aren't just watching me do push-ups and you're doing them with me. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit up. Good. All right, let's take that left arm up, bend it in half, slide it back, lift your chin. I'm just giving you a quick stretch. We're gonna go right into some planking on our forearms. Excellent. Let's come down. We're gonna do a forearm plank. All right, so go ahead and come down onto the forearms. Extend your legs straight behind you. Breathe, breathe, breathe your abs up to your spine. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. All right, I'm taking a break just so I can talk to you for a second. So when I think about that spine being nice and long, let your head stay nice and loose like it's floating on top of your neck. Okay? Now while you're holding that plank, I want you to do alternating lifts. Lift, lift. Lift point, lift point, lift point, lift point. Lift point. Last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Down on the knees. Let's do a puppy stretch. So this time, your tush is gonna be up to the ceiling. Reach your arms forward, make a ski slope with your back. Press your chest down to the floor. Roll it up. All right, we're gonna turn over. Sit on your butt. All right, so if you have weights, you can use them. We're gonna go into tricep dips. All right, you're gonna flex your feet. I don't know if you can see my feet. You're gonna flex your feet, and you're gonna bring your hands behind you, underneath of your shoulders, fingertips face forward. Lift yourself up. All right, shift yourself back a little bit. And then you're gonna lift your right leg into a flexed position. Right foot is flexed. Bend your elbows right here, 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna switch. Lift your other leg up, flex your foot. Pulse down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and down. Wasn't too bad, right? All right, option for this last set of triceps. Walk your legs out long. Lift up, hands behind you. Lean back, lift your hips. Lengthen up through your neck. Bend your elbows, bend. If this is too hard, just bend your knees. And let's go, last 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. All right, we're gonna stand up. Okay, go ahead and grab your weights. All right, so let's grab some light weights. We're gonna go into a little bit, excuse me, a little bit more tricep work. And we're gonna add in a little bit of hinging, okay? So bring your elbows into your sides, okay? Your feet are parallel in hip width. You're gonna extend your arms behind you, lengthen the arms as straight as you can get them, all right? And then when you stand up, you're gonna bring your arms in front of your shoulders. So you get a little bonus work here in the shoulders. Straighten your arms, lift to the shoulders. All right, we're just gonna get used to this whole hinging thing. Lift up. Now, when you lift up, you wanna stay nice and tall. You don't wanna lean back, right? So you wanna hinge and lift. And then lift up to your shoulders. All right, we're gonna do a few more and then we're gonna stay back into our tricep position. Every time you slide your arms back, give a little squeeze in between your shoulder blades. Hold and breathe. Good. Try to get your arms as straight as you possibly can. So straighten as much as you can. And then do a little bend, just about 1 inch, and then re-straighten. And then a little bend. Re-straighten. And then a little bend. Re-straighten. You should be feeling this pretty fiery in the backs of your arms right now. If you're not, you probably just need heavier weights, or you probably need to just straighten your arms a little bit more, because I know I'm feeling this just with my 2-pounders here. Let's speed it up. Straighten, straighten, straighten. So as you see my arm, it's just going a little straighter. The bend is small. Straighten, straighten, straighten. Lengthen the spine. Straighten, Straighten, last 10, let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think I said 10. Hold, stand up nice and tall. All right, now we're gonna go a little bit more and focusing on our shoulders, okay? We're gonna come down to our knees for this one. I'm gonna fold my mat in half, make it a little thicker. All right, we wanna stand up, kneel up nice and tall. All right, you can do the standing if you'd like to. All right, knees are hip width, okay? You don't want them real wide. You want them underneath of those hip bones. All right, nice and tall. All right, let your shins and your feet just relax behind you, okay? So don't tense up your shins or your calves. All right, we're gonna bring our arms up in front of our body into a first position. Hold it there and breathe. Now, automatically when you do this, when you lifted, you should have felt some core engagement. Okay, so this is all about that core here. We don't want to arch the back. We don't want to tuck under. We want to keep a nice neutral curve there. Natural curves, keep them going. Good, and here, another thing I'll notice with this exercise is people will tend to come up like this in order to hold their weight. So again, drop the shoulders down your back, and we're gonna open and close. Open and close. Open and close. Open, close, open. Keep those weights right in front of your chest and just lift up, lift up, lift up. So the movement is super small. Lift, lift. 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm gonna give you a little break with the arms, okay? I'm giving myself a break, okay? Let's just be honest here. Okay, so this time we're gonna do some hinging in this kneeling position with our arms in front of us. Actually, let's start with our weights on our hips real quick, okay? We're gonna start with a hinge back and then lift up, okay? Hinge back. This is gonna begin to engage the tops of your thighs. When you lean, you're gonna feel a lot of core interaction here, okay? So a lot of muscle groups working at one time. When should you exhale? That's a good question. Glad you asked. You want to try to exhale as you lean. Inhale. I always try to think about it like this. It helps me. I try to exhale on the effort. You've got 2 E's. Exhale. When you want to feel the movement, right? I want to feel the movement I want to feel the engagement, the effort on the tops of my legs right now. All right, and I'm actually glad I waited on the arms here. Woo, let's do 3 more. And then we're gonna hold it back. 2, keep your pelvis nice and stable. Hold it back on 3 and just breathe. If you're not feeling a lot of work, maybe some burning in the front of your thighs, you're gonna need to go back a little bit further in your hinge. Okay, I'm not rounding, not arching. Keep that nice straight line between your hips and your shoulders to your hips. And then lift up straight. All right, now we're gonna have the option here to add in some shoulder work. You have that opportunity right now. So as you lean back, you're gonna lift your arms in front of your shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Okay, good. You want that strong forced exhalation is what we call it in IMX. Okay, that helps to engage the pelvic floor muscles. Good. Now this is a little challenging in terms of there's a lot of muscle groups working here. And if you don't want to incorporate the weights, you can just not. You can do it like we were doing it before with the hands on the hips, or you can just do the arms without the hinging. Always options. 4. Exhale. 3. Now guess what? We're gonna hold it on this one. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up. Good job. Okay, let's come up to standing. Let's go. I'm gonna move that out of the way a little bit here. We're gonna do a little bicep work, and we're gonna do a little bit of plieing side to side, okay? So, arms in front of you, palms are facing up. We're gonna be in a turned out position, first position, externally rotated. Standing up nice and long. We're gonna go to the right. Come center, bend, all right? And then you're gonna go over to the left with a bicep curl, center, bend. So out, and then forward. Go wide and forward. So arms are wide when the legs go wide, and then when their heels are back together, your arms come front. Wide, forward. So you're doing a deeper plie in that wide second position than you are going to be in that first position, because you're not going to be able to bend your knees as much, obviously. Good, keep the breathing going nice and steady. Wide. Now I'm not going as wide as I'd like to because I have a wall on the other side of me. So just work with the space that you have. Remember, it's always better that you're moving and doing something than it is that you're just sitting on the couch doing nothing, right? All right, let's keep going. Helps to smile while you're working out. Good. Wide. Curl. Let's stay here. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Little pulses down. Hold it, not plie, releve. Sink down. If you can balance here, great. Your feet are probably going, they're trying to figure out what you're forcing them to do. Pulse, pulse. Now let's add the weights. Curl pulse, curl pulse. It's curl pulse, curl pulse. Thighs and biceps. If you need to keep your feet flat, do it. Curl, curl. How we feeling? Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, great. Let's walk our feet out. Wide, externally rotated position. Just showing you from the side. Sink it down. Sink it down. All right, knees and toes. That turnout should match, okay? Knee and toe, second toe. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Sink low. I want those thighs to shake and burn. Down, down, down. Focusing on the thighs right now before I add in any weights. Down, down. Come on, down, down. Pulse. Hold it. Shoulders back, we're not hinging. Bring your arms out to the side. Alternate lifting your heels with that bicep curl. Right. Try to stay low in your legs. Try not to squeeze your weights. You want to keep a nice leg grip on the weights. Whoop, whoop. All right, got a little surprise here for you. Pulse in 3. 1, 2, 3. Switch. 1, 2, 3. That wasn't a very good surprise, I know. 1, 2, 3. Sink it. 1, 2, 3. And sink it. Go. 1, 2, 3. Down. 1, 2, 3. One more on each side, and we're going to stretch. All right, yes. Let's do our weights down, her weights down. Grab your mat. Kneel. Come to kneeling. Everyone's favorite part. We're going to do a little stretch before we work our bosom. Take a big step forward with your right foot. Make sure your knee is directly over that ankle. Take a deep breath. Inhale your arms up. Exhale. When you inhale, relax your shoulders away from your ears. Don't crunch up. Take your hands, lower them in front. Straddle that front foot. Slide your back leg back. Feel that nice hip flexor stretch through your left side. Breathe into it. Good. Take your hands, clasp them, or press the palms together. Rotate over that right knee. Come back to center. Replant your hands. All right, you're going to take your right hand, reach it around. See if you can grab your left foot. Bring your heel in towards your tush. I just learned that the word tush is Yiddish. Somebody told me that when I said that. All right, hold it and breathe into that stretch. And sit up, release that foot, straighten your front leg, flex your toes up to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, hinge from your hips. Try not to round through your spine here. You can, if you're able to. I'm pretty inflexible these days, haven't been doing a whole lot. So your hamstring might feel pretty tight, yeah? Hold it and breathe. Now normally from here, I would have people see if they want to sample out that split stretch. This is my good side, but it's not good right now. So I'm just gonna stay in the hamstring stretch. Keep lengthening through your spine here though. So you don't wanna tuck your hips under. You wanna have a nice curve there as you're stretching out that hamstring. All right, let's roll up. Switch. Step your other leg forward. I have a lot of explanation in that stretching. My other fast song is back on, but I'm ready for it. Take that that knee over your ankles, slide that leg back. Breathe into that stretch. Just feel a nice stretch through that right hip flexor, right? Correct? Breathe. Breathe. All right. You can clasp your hands or press your palms together and twist over that right knee. Come back to center, replant your hands. Take your left hand, if you're able to reach back, draw that right heel in towards if not, then don't do it. If it's too much, you don't want to be strained to do this. If it's too much of a stretch, just stay in that regular hip flexor stretch. Release. Shift your hips back, straighten out your front leg, flex your toes. Hinge from your hips. Keep your back as flat as you can here. Try not to round through your spine. Breathe. All right, good. Take your hands over to the right side of that leg. Slide that leg back, curl your toes under. All right, we're gonna come into a downward facing dog. Press your hips up to the ceiling. Press your hips up. Try to anchor your heels down. Nice stretch there. You can either walk your hands to your feet or walk your feet to your hands. And then slowly roll it up. All right, we're gonna move on to the next section of our class. You need something to lean against here. You don't need your mat. So slide it out of the way. I'm gonna lean into my wall. So I'm gonna take my hand, lean in. I'm at a diagonal. All right. My heels are together, my toes are apart. Lift that leg up to the side. Point your toes. Make sure you're not opening up through your hip. You want your hips in line, stacked. Bend your knee. Good, and breathe. Flex your foot and point your toes. Okay, so I go flex, point, lift, lift, flex, point, lift, lift, flex, point, lift, lift, flex, point, lift, lift. That's it. Flex, point, lift, lift. Your standing leg, you don't want to lock it out. You want to keep a soft bend. Flex, point, lift, lift. You should feel it all in here. Flex, point. Hold the point and lift, lift, lift. You have the option to take your hand behind your head. Add a little side crunch. Crunch, crunch. Breathe. Try not to crunch your neck though. You want to just crunch from your side, side. Hold it. Breathe. And then reach that arm forward. Relax your shoulder. Straighten your leg out. Flex your foot. Should be out of back diagonal. Lift, lift, lift. Square your shoulders. Lift, lift. Last 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah! Take that leg you just worked, cross it over. Sit your hips back, flex that foot. All right. Let's say we go to the other side. I'm gonna need my chair because you don't want me facing away from you. I know that. All right, I'm not. So I have a chair on this side. I'm working with what I got here. Lean slightly into your chair. Heels together, toes apart. We're not standing up perfectly straight. We're on a slight diagonal here. All right. Here we go. Take the leg out. Bend it. Your knee, you don't want it forward. You want it in line or maybe 1 inch behind the other one. Square the shoulders. You don't want to be leaning back. Flex, point, lift, lift, flex, point, up, up, flex, point, up, up. This gets you used to flexing and pointing your toes here. If you're not used to doing that, that can feel pretty bizarre, because I know how that felt when I first started doing it. I was like flexing and pointing. What does it matter? Good. Lift, lift. Let's go. Flex, point, lift, lift, flex, point, lift. Let's do 4 more right here. Flex, point, lift, lift. That's 1. Flex, point, lift. This side might feel a little harder, as it does for me too, because I'm now standing on the leg that I just worked, right? Hand behind the head. Crunch, crunch, lift. Crunch, lift. Also, we haven't been working out as much as we have been, so everything might feel a little harder. Keep that elbow wide. You don't want it in here. Hold it up. Shoot your arm forward. Square shoulders. Extend your legs straight. Flex your foot. Lift that leg behind you. Lift, lift. Keep going. Lift, lift. Woo! It's a really small lift, you guys. Last 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stretch. Take the leg you just worked. Cross it over. Flex your foot. Sit your hips back. Feel that side seat stretching. And stand. Okay, good. Grab your ball. Okay, grab your ball. Now, I'm going to turn to the wall here. I'm going to take the leg, let me think, yeah, the leg I just worked before, the first leg I worked. Take that ball, squeeze it behind your leg. Squeeze. All right, now we're in a parallel position. All right, I'm gonna take my hands, I'm gonna rest them on the wall in front of me. I actually have a little ledge here, but if you didn't, you obviously just press your fingertips into the wall. I like this little ledge though. All right, flex your foot and just squeeze that ball. Lots of hamstring work here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You want to keep the feet in a parallel position. Squeeze, try to pop that ball with your hamstring and your calf. Keep your spine neutral, lengthen up. Head to your belly button, squeeze. Whoops. Last 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, that was a simple one. Maybe not easy, but simple. Take the ball, squeeze behind your other leg. Okay? Flex your foot. Squeeze, squeeze. Simple and strong. Squeeze. You should have a soft bend in your other leg though. You don't want it locked out. You never want to lock out a joint. All right, squeeze. Again, you're not going to probably pop your ball. I know I would probably never do it. But just try to squeeze it as tight as you can. Squeeze. Good. Let's go for 10 more. 2, 4, 6, 8. Hold it on 10. Grab your ball. Great job, you guys. All right, wonderful. Let's come down to our mats. Down to the mat, okay? It's always interesting, always trying to find the best position here. Place your ball at your lower back. If you don't have a ball, you can either put towels there or you can just not use the ball. You can just rest your hands back here, okay? All right, bring your arms out in front. We're not gonna use any equipment with our arms, all right? Lift up through your spine, draw your shoulders down and back. All right, hands on the shoulders, lift your elbows. And start to lift your legs, right, left. So I want you to exhale. You should feel this work and that space be below your belly button when you're lifting your leg up. If this isn't comfortable with your hands up here, you can always place them on your waist. All right. Try not to change the shape of the knee. So you're not doing that. You're just lifting from your hip. Exhale. The stronger exhale, the more you're going to feel it. So don't forget about your breath. Your breath is one of the most important things. Now, let's add an upper body twist to the side that's lifting. Now, this is small. I'm not going like this, right? Just a little twist through your torso. Twist, twist. Reach, reach. I'm still not doing this. I'm just taking my hand over my knee with a small oblique. Twist, twist. Let's do 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Draw your knees into your chest. Put your feet down. Good. All right. Let's take the ball. Take it between your thighs. Squeeze it. Lie on back. Lie on back. All right. Releve. Come up onto the balls of the feet. We're going to lift our hips up. All right. Lift your hips. Squeeze the ball. Squeeze, exhale. Squeeze, exhale. Squeeze, exhale. Add a little lift. Squeeze, lift. Squeeze, lift. Squeeze, lift. Squeeze, lift. So try not to let your core just go here. You want to still use all those muscles. You're going to feel this in the glutes and the inner thighs, and you should be feeling this in your core if you're exhaling on the lift. Speed it up. Relax your shoulders against the mat. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower down, one vertebrae at a time. Release your ball to the side. All right, now we're going to do a little bit of stretching. All right, so let's go ahead and just, well, actually, let's lay back down again. Sorry. If you have a ring or you have a towel or anything, or you just use your hands, okay? We're going to stretch out our, give me 1 second. I'm just going to shut my music off real quick. A little bit too strong of a beat there for a stretch. Okay, so you can take your ball and you can actually, I like to lay against my ball sometimes, but this ball has a lot of air in it. So take whatever you have, maybe it's a band, maybe it's a towel, and take it around your foot. Extend the leg up to the ceiling. Good. Feel that stretch to the back of your leg. You can grab with one hand or both, depending on what you have. Breathe. Try to keep you don't want your lower back to press into the mat here. You want to keep a nice lengthened spine. Let go of that ball there. It's a little bit too much. Take your leg slightly a few inches over towards your opposite shoulder. Try to keep your hips anchored down on the floor. All right, you're going to take that leg and take it out to the side. Try as hard as you can to keep your hips anchored down. My one wants to lift, I know. And come back up again. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. Straighten the leg up to the ceiling. Whether or not you have anything to hold your foot up there, this just is a little assist. Breathe. Try to press your tailbone down into the floor. Anchor your hips. Breathe. Take your leg a couple inches over towards the opposite shoulder. Breathe. Take that leg over in the same direction. A little more flexible on this side, but still want to try to keep your hips anchored as if you can. Come back in. Good. All right, put that down, whatever you have. Let's take our right leg, cross it over our left. Okay? And then you're going to take your knees over toward, let's see. Right leg is over the left. Take your knees over towards the left. And then look over to the right. Breathe into that stretch. You feel a big stretch down the right side here into the hip. Come back to the center, cross over the other direction, and then let your legs lean in the opposite direction. Reach to the opposite side and look to the opposite side. Come back to the center. Great job. All right, let's take, when you roll yourselves up, you're gonna sit up nice and tall. Good. Breathe in. Sit on your hip bones, flex your feet. Good. All right, let's take our feet a little bit wider. Maybe shake your legs out a little bit here. Point your toes. Change the flexion in your feet. I need to scoot back a little bit. So as you can see, I'm pointing and flexing in that turned out position. Try not to slump. Still sitting up tall. You want to maintain the posture throughout your class. And then reach over for your right foot. Reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Breathe as you lengthen. And then from there, just reach to the side. So take a side bend, stretch. Turn your palm up to the ceiling. And then come down. I'm gonna go the other direction. Reach up to the ceiling. Side bend, stretch. Breathe. And release. Good job. All right, sit up tall. We're gonna walk our feet together. Flex your toes and then point your toes. Good, take a deep breath in. Lift your arms up to the side. And then as you exhale, you're gonna contract your abdominals, flex your feet, reach for whatever you can reach. You are gonna round your spine a little bit here. I want you to first try to extend, and then when you get there, you can round a little bit, if that's okay, if that's comfortable for you. Maybe drop your chin to your chest for a little release there. Lift it back up again. And then roll yourselves up. We're gonna go one vertebrae at a time, and your head is the last to lift. Okay, well, you guys are all done. I hope you did the workout and you just didn't watch. I know I'm guilty of that myself. But anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you on the next round of virtual classes. There's another class tonight. I think it's at 4:30. It's a mat Pilates class with Debbie. It'd be great. So I will see you guys next time around. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.